What's up guys, Ace here, bringing you guys another card of the day, and today we have Verge Rangers. Verge Rangers is 2 generic and a white pip, creature human scout with first strike. It also has me look at the top card of your library anytime. As long as opponents control more lands than you, you may play lands from the top of your library. Also a 3/3. So this card was never printed in standard, so this is a different card of the day. It's more for the, I guess, legacy, and I guess even if you dare play it in that sort of format, vintage and commander, mostly commander. This card is a decent card. Now, being a mono white player, I think I would have more reason to play this card than any other sort of player, where we don't have access to too much card draw until this just essentially becomes a Courser of Crewfix. Now, Courser of Crewfix is very similar to this, except Courser of Crewfix is 1 generic and 2 green, and allows you to play a type card to your library if it's a land. And so, with that being said, you're playing white, and this essentially is card draw. Now, I've played a lot of games in white where essentially this is 3 mana cantrip, where you play this for 3 and then you play a land on top of your library, and that's pretty good. That's basically a 2-for-1 straight to the battlefield, which is pretty nice. Now, the other great thing is the fact that it's first strike, so it really stops people from like swinging in at you. 3/3 for 3 is really good, and having first strike means it basically trades with a lot of things, especially in the higher metas where like most people aren't playing super butt heavy creatures, and so this essentially trades with everything, and it gives you the one up on the trades as well with the first strike. So it's pretty good in that sense. Just like good with Mario cards like that. Now, because it's like Courser of Crewfix, it's weird to see this card in play. It's more so you play this card, you have to look at it as if you play the top card of your library, essentially you're drawing a card, because that means you don't have to use the top card. You can use a card from your library instead of a card from your hand, and thus it's like instead of using a card from your hand, you're just using a card from your library. So it's like no cards in hand, which is straight value, and that's where this card's value comes in handy. I think this goes in mostly, I want to say every build that has mono white. Of course, the more colors you have, the worse this becomes. But if you're playing mono white, I think this card is good to go. Like, there's not too much ramp, unless you're leaning more into the weirder sort of non-traditional white ramp strategies, or white land fetch strategies, such as something like Walking Atlas or Terrain Generator. I don't think you'd play it in those sort of decks. And thus you'd play this because you're always going to be behind because you're playing white. And much more of the other colors will have, like green is a very popular color, and black is a very popular color, and those are also pretty card draw heavy colors, and so usually you'll be behind 1 or 2 lands if you don't have a land tax or something like that, and so this usually will net you a card or 2 in a game. Of course, the longer the game, the more value this gets, which is the better it gets, so that's a good thing to think about. But that's really basically about it about this card. This sweet card. It's pretty good on the defense. Also on the offense, it's not too bad. Being a 3/3 for 3 is pretty good. Also nets you value, which is pretty great. It's all in all generally pretty decent card, which is kind of amazing to think about because it's just a white Courser of Crewfix, which Courser of Crewfix before was being played a decent amount. The fact that Courser of Crewfix gains you life, and you can play the top card of your library anytime if it's a land, is sort of better than this because it has to be, in fact, that your opponents have to be ahead of you. In this case, it's white, so we gotta get what we can use, where we have, right? So, with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments section below about this card. I've been liking it a lot, and my list, I'm not sure if I would ever cut it, seeing thus far. I think I like it more than even my, like, artifact draw thus far. Although this does draw only lands, so it's like about 33% of the deck is lands, and so it kind of sucks in a few cases there. But other than that, this is like a third of the time it draws you a card, which is pretty decent. I think you'd play that in a mono white deck without using any like mana costs, right? There's no activation cost. You just play the top card library if it's a land, so it's pretty decent in that sense. But it's kind of weird to think about too, because it's 3 power, 3 toughness, and usually 30% chance or 33% chance to get a land from top card library. Generally speaking, for I guess most EDH decks too, so that's kind of decent to see. Anyways, tell me what you think about the comments below about this card. Other than that, peace out, guys, and catch you guys later.